Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a brand new character free roam gameplay showcase for LEGO Marvel Avengers, and we are, of course, still working our way through the Civil War DLC, which is indeed still, at the time of this recording, exclusive to the PlayStation 3 and 4. So keep that in mind. Some people are still asking me, hey, Blitzwinger, how do I get this DLC pack? I bought the season pass. It's not there. Well, keep in mind, again, as I mentioned before, right now, this character pack down here is exclusive to the PlayStation side of things. Now, again, as I mentioned before, I personally do think that there will be a point in time when it will become available on other consoles. But again, that might not be the case. That might be just me personally feeling that way. But I would probably think that there's a good chance of it coming to the other consoles eventually. Nonetheless, today we're taking a look at Falcon as he will be seen in Civil War, and come on, look how substantially different this character looks. First of all, look at that ginormous jetpack that he's now wearing. That looks insanely cool. There's also, I love that they went ahead and have the little white detail right there, because that's obviously going to be a sticker in real life. Like when this set becomes available in real life, this character through the Civil War LEGO Marvel superhero set, I think that that's going to be a sticker, and it's just a cool little detail that it's actually there in the video game as well. So that's very, very neat for sure. Now, what I went ahead and did is I actually did spawn in the regular Falcon that is available through the game. So, of course, if you're like, hey, wait a minute, is that the only way for me to have access to Falcon? No, it is not. You can actually get him. Otherwise, there's actually two variations of him as well in the main game. But here's one of them. As you can see, this is the version as we would see in the Winter Soldier, where he's just wearing a plain t-shirt, and then the first, I guess, Falcon 1.0 outfit that is available to him. He does look very cool and all, but we'll look at him maybe in the future in more detail, but we're focused on the Civil War outfit. I did just want to compare the two for sure. So you can see that this one does look a lot more like an actual armor or a costume, so to speak. It definitely also starts to look a little bit closer to what we see him look like in the comics, especially right now as Captain America Falcon, in terms of, you know, having a lot more armor and having a lot more plating and costuming for his outfit, instead of a dude that just seems a little bit more of a parachute, wearing kind of a weird parachute type attire on top of a t-shirt and jeans. So that is really cool. I also do like that they didn't lazy out on things like, for example, the goggles. It's like, it shows you that they really care about tiny little details, even like that, where the goggles are different, they're different color, they're different sculpture and such. So that looks really, really great and different. So I do like that quite a bit. And now let's get to the ability side of things. You saw the idle animation there where one of the wings malfunctions. So as you can see, first of all, we can fly at a regular speed. Then we can double tap that to fly quicker, which is very, very, very cool. And I love that this outfit almost has 4 wings instead of 2. He does have the 2 wings that come up, as you'll notice right there, which was something that I was a little bit concerned by at first when I saw this outfit, because at first I thought, wait a minute, are those his wings right there? Like those 2 gray little triangles? That's it? That's what they're going to use as his wings? Nope, that is not the case, because as you'll see, once we actually take flight, we can see that there are different wings that come up from the jetpack, which is very, very cool, because then that jetpack and that entire assembly on his back is an additional thing to the character that adds more details and more of a cool look overall for the character. Now, for me personally, I will say that I kind of wish that it would have added maybe rockets or something else in terms of abilities in the game, because it is a bit unfortunate in terms of the fact that it does only add a visual component. It doesn't seem like he actually gains anything from an ability standpoint, because he still utilizes his 2 pistols for his kind of main tool as an offensive weapon. He can actually have them targeted as well, which is cool. So that's pretty neat. Kind of wish, again, the targeter would have been unique. It is kind of interesting in terms of its gray and red, so it does look cool, but I wish that it maybe had like some wings around it or something, because of course that's one of those things that you identify with Falcon, is the wings, the ginormous wingspan. So why not have like tiny little wings coming off the targeter or something like that? Again, I know it's a tiny little notion, but it's just something that I think would have been a really, really nifty addition to the actual character. He does have a ground pound attack as well, which is the basic one where he just essentially jumps up and then punches the ground. I do like the fact that when he lands, he has this really, really cool kind of landing, and then the animation and the sound after that just sounds really, really, really cool. So for example, I'll actually bolster it here and stop talking so you guys can actually hear it. Like, I love that noise. The fact that they have that little sound there where you can hear the little folding in of the wings, and that looks cool. And it kind of reminds me of all the different scenes that we see Falcon in the films where, you know, he lands and then you have that same exact sound effect. So it's really, really cool that they went ahead and included that in the game. So other than that, he doesn't have any other abilities. He can't holster the blasters or unholster them, which does mean, of course, that you can have actual close combat attacks as well, where you're actually utilizing punches and kicks and such. So that's pretty nifty. But again, I kind of wish that he would have had an ability to maybe at least destroy silver Lego objects, especially with that ginormous backpack on his back. I would love for him to be able to launch some rockets or something like that. But again, maybe that's inaccurate to the film because he never does that in the movie, so we can't just go ahead and give him that ability. So I get it, but I kind of wish that he would have gotten some type of an extra additional ability in that sense. So with that in mind, there you guys have it. You guys wanted to see Falcon, so that is why we looked at Mr. Falcon today. There are 2 characters left to look at, and that is the Scarlet Witch, as she's seen in Civil War, and the Winter Soldier. Let me know which of the 2 you would like to see tomorrow, and I will, of course, hopefully see you guys there. As always, have an absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone!